Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Truth Council 23 with me, Truth Nunez, and our spiritual council. We're so honored, grateful, and thankful to be here with all of you to share today's collective energetic read. Keeping in mind, we are reading collective energies, my lovies. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You are and forever will be the masters of your experiences, of what you will or what you will not into this creation. We're so thankful. We're so thankful to be here with all of you. Welcome to our new subscribers. Welcome to our day ones, and welcome to everybody in between. We are so thankful. We're so thankful. We really are. Jesus, my lovies. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. So the raffle is going to be announced very, very soon. It looks like within the next few days. So I am so thankful. It really is an experience, my lovies. It's really quite the gift. I'm really thankful for it, to be quite frank, and that it makes me sometimes I do wonder, like, why me, Spirit? Why was I prepared for this? And Spirit's like, because I said so. But it is quite a unique experience in this public format, because I'm reading so many different energies. I don't think you get and I get such great referrals. I do get great referrals. For some of you, you're gonna get a referral too. I do get such great feedback, and people are really like amazed, like, wow, holy cow, this is like an amazing thing. But the personal experience is much more intimate. I think actually much more remarkable, and it's definitely I do a lot less talking because I have somebody with me. But if you would like a personal experience to get a clarity on your situation, please feel free to book in the description box below. Thank you for your shares, for your likes, for your subscribes, for everything that you're doing, for your bookings. It really is fascinating to me because it is my purpose, and I'm just your messenger. I just try to be there's certain things I do filter because I'm like, wow, certain people are really off kilter. But my lovies, we live in a mosaic for a reason. Spirit sees the beauty in all of us. There are certain things that I wish didn't exist on this planet, but they do. There's certain thoughts that people have that I'm like, why would you think those things? But they do. There's certain plans that people carry out that I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you want to harm another being? Why not just leave them alone? Why stalk people you don't know? Why harass people you don't know? There is all these things that, is part of the human experience. Me, as Truth Nunez, outside of channeling, I'm always channeling, but those are things I don't involve myself in. I just wish all the best for all humans. Again, we live collective experiences. I've met all types of people: gangsters, politicians, musicians, artists, babies, children, innocent lives, people with different impairments. There's certain things we wish didn't exist, my lovies, but they do. And so we read for you, my lovies. If you come here, you bring your energy and I read your energy. It is a good inner reflection. But again, if you want a personal reading, definitely book in the description box below. Until then, my lovies, let's get started right away by honoring and thanking our spiritual council. I want to honor and thank my grandmama, Abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. I also want to Amber. I also want to, something about your Amber alerts are going to go off for some. I want to honor and thank my grandpapa, Abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. Something about Luisa. I invite you to do the same. I do honor and thank your trusted ancestor. Anaisa is coming in for some. Those that protect and love the great initiator. And for some of you, there's a great hater in the field too. I invite you and honor Oscar for some. Someone's on the honor roll for some. Jesus, I love these. I honor your trusted ancestors, those that protect and love and guide you. And that name Arnold has also been very present for some. You can honor whatever religious force, whatever spiritual force, whatever makes you feel good, grounded, and connected to the all as you are in this experience. You can also take a moment of silence to be in silence with yourselves, and that's also more than enough. Let's get started, my lovies. Sutter home. Here we go with the Sutter home. You ain't gonna switch it up, my lovies. For somebody drinks a lot. They're always drinking. It's all right, my lovies. I guess they'll be fine. They'll find their way home. But it's like Sutter home. That's the go-to, my lovies. Prosecco came in the other day. For some of you, Prosecco, you had Prosecco, or Prosecco was in your field. I saw Prosecco bottles in my mind's eye for some of you the other day, but we didn't get to share it because we went into other things. Oniva, my lovies. We're actually reading for this upcoming 7-day period, my lovies. Please up, Louise and Louisa. Clear those throat chakras. Anaista, the great initiator. For some of you, there's a great hater. For some of you, that Santeria energy has been very present. You practice Santeria. For some of you, as a young female, there's a young female, maybe even in her teenage years. This could be, I was actually shocked. I was actually shocked at the amount of 18-year-olds and youngsters that watch this content. We have a good balance, my lovies. We have a good balance between all of the age ranges. It's really sweet. I like it. I think it's very, very sweet. More females watch this content, but still a fair amount of men. Almost 40% are men and 60% are women that watch this content. A little like skewed more in the kind of like in the, I think it was like 35% men or something like that. But anyways, I think it's sweet, my lovies. I really think it's sweet. Naturally, I do feel that women would be more inclined for this type of work just because of the way that we function and the instruction in your cells. But I think it's still sweet. I think we have a really good balance. I'm really, it's very sweet. Maybe for some of you have to balance something. Libra scales, I'm seeing balancing of something. For some of you, you could be going through a difficult procedure and it has you a little cranky, or someone around you. Something about Frankie. Frankie's coming in for some. There could be a little bit of a procedure that has you a little bit cranky for some. And everything's going to be all right, my lovies. Woosa, woosa. Oscansa. There's a bank in the Bank of Sarasota. Sarasota's coming in for some. I'm also getting Minnesota for some. There's a bank, the anchor. Something about an anchor. Someone could be like a news anchor. The Bank of the Ozarks for some. The Bank of the Ozarks are coming in. Maybe for some of you, the Bank of the Ozarks. They don't have them. I don't see them on the West Coast, but I did see them in Florida. For some of you, the Bank of the Ozarks. Anyways, here we go, my lovies. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. To mi abuelito Félix Antonio Núñez. To mi abuelito Félix Antonio Núñez. To mi abuelito Félix Antonio Núñez. To Mama Mercé. To Mama Mercé. To Mama Mercé. To Shango. To Shango. To Shango, to Yemaya, to Yemaya, to Yemaya, to Papa Legba, to Papa Legba, to Papa Legba, to Elegua, to Elegua, to Elegua, to Oshun, to Oshun, to Oshun, to Ogun, to Ogun, to Ogun, to la Santa Muerte, to la Santa Muerte, to la Santa Muerte. The name Minerva is coming in. To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages, the most... Something about powder horn. What are the highest messages? Someone's going snowboarding. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? It's like you want to get one in. For some of you, really like snowboarding, or someone likes snowboarding, and they want to get one in before the end of the season. That's how it's coming in. To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? In love, in truth, and courage, in love, in truth, and wisdom, in love, in truth, and honor, in love, in truth, and mercy, in love, in truth, and courage, in love, in truth, and wisdom, in love, in truth, and honor, in love, in truth, and justice, in love, in truth, and courage, in love, in truth, and wisdom, in love, in truth, and honor, in love, in truth, and mercy. What is up? What is up? What is up? Hot stuff. How's it flowing? How's it going? What's popping and what's cracking, my lovies? We are reading for my darlings. We're reading for my darlings. Reading for my darlings. We are reading for you. It is true. We're reading for you. It is true. It is true. We're reading for you, my lovies. We are reading for the upcoming 7-day period, my lovies, that we call week in our society, but it could also be called a heptad. 7 days. So we're looking at the 11th to the 17th. 11 energy. You're starting in a new portal, my lovies. Yay. Sun's day, the day of clarity with a new portal. 10:12 was on the clock. And then you end this heptad on 17 energy, which is 8 energy in numerology. So a new portal opened up by some type of procedure, by your soul's calling, soulmate energy. 8 energy is all about legal procedures, things that are near and dear to your soul, to your soul's calling. You could be attracting new opportunities. For some of you, operation. I'm getting the game operation for some. For some of you, could be attracting new opportunities when it comes to a game or gaming. I am getting gaming night for some. For some of you, someone's going to have a game night. For some of you, someone's going to have a little bit of an argument, because that's what happens when you play Monopoly. For some of you, Monopoly is it's just like such an intense thing. It's such a Nathaniel, for some of you, Nathaniel. But you have new portals opening up for some. You have new pathways that you are taking. For some of you, commitment. 8 energy brings in higher level commitments, higher level engagements, legal contract, insurance claims, accidents, big boo-boos, little boo-boos. 8 energy brings in all types of stuff that has to do with the courts, but also your higher calling, the purposeful living, agreements, arrangements, higher level arrangements. For some of you, you can be making a decision to get into a higher level commitment over this heptad. It tis the season for some. So there could be all types of opportunities for a higher level commitment. You could be taking something to the next level. For some of you, there's a lie in a situation, but that's all right. You could be taking something, my lovies, for some, Melissa. For some of you, Mylanta. For some of you, Pepto-Bismol. We haven't really talked about it much, but for some of you, it's come up in the preliminaries a couple of times, and Spirit's bringing it back in, so it's the moment. For some of you, someone married someone without giving them all of the important details needed. It came in a couple of days ago in a preliminary for you. It came in, it's come in a few times over the last few weeks, but we haven't really like talked about it. For some of you, if you are, a lot of people get into their pride when it comes to these things, but maybe put your pride aside for some and have like a conversation. It's about serious things before jumping into a higher level commitment. Because for some of you, you may need to, or someone around you, take it how it resonates, but that's coming in and it's for a reason. For some of you, something about Teresa, something about Vanessa, something about Veronica, something about Victoria. Maybe it has to do with a lot of feminines. Maybe, it's like, for some of you, that energy has been present. They had sex with someone that they didn't tell you who they had sex with. Maybe it has to do with a female. Maybe it has to do with a few females. Those are important things. I was watching this thing the other day. Spirit brought us to, for some of you, you like these types of things. Again, I pay attention to how the algorithm is changing as more subscribers come in and what they recommend. So it tells me a lot about what you're watching. So for some of you, a lot of like being on the low and catching like cheaters and stuff like that. A lot of people like to watch cheaters stuff. My lovies, it's kind of interesting. But there was this woman, she was very cordial about it. I think she was very cordial about it. But she was just asking him, so you've been sleeping with this man? I guess this man started sleeping with someone on the low. For some, maybe it has to do with I think these are things that you should ask, because I think I was listening to this woman speak the other day, and it was really cute. She was on fleek. For some of you, gonna be on fleek. She was really sweet. I liked the way she communicated this. She was saying, their privacy becomes your STD, your sexually transmitted demon. Their privacy can become your STD. She kept saying it, and I'm like, she's curious, but she makes sense. For me, privacy, I don't know. I think authenticity is more important than privacy. It's oddly enough, studies show that the less you have to hide, the less privacy you need. Isn't that interesting? I think so. The less you have to hide, the less privacy you need. So for me, I don't know, my lovies. For some, there's something there. Everything is coming in for a reason. It's what's fair. And something about Farah, the name Farah, Alexis, but I'm getting Farah, Farrah for some. The name Melissa. The name Janine has been present for some over the last couple of days. Janine. For some of you, issues. I'm getting this as a group of females. 1511. Certainly there are a group of females for some that don't have your best interest in mind in a situation. Seven of Spades is certainly, Jack of Spades is a man, a group of men and women, or a group of women who don't have your best interest in mind in a situation. For some of you, if you are dating somebody, I would really, and you're thinking of getting committed to them. For some of you, I think you're past sex at this point. That energy's been very present. It was present in the preliminary and in the meditation. For some of you, protecting your sexual energy. I get it, my lovies. I get it. But, you know, Spirit was giving us some very deep reflections about sexual energy and how it's used as a weapon against you to make you do things on a soul level that you wouldn't have done had you not meddled in sexual intercourse with somebody. It's just something to consider for some. It's coming in for a reason. And then the way that this person ties into other people that they're having sex with, and my vagina is really bothering me. So for some of you, this may have to do with a sexually transmitted demon. We have seen that, unfortunately. Again, everything exists, and I have to call what I have to call. For some of you, a lot of spreading STDs unintentionally come in these readings. I get shocked. I really do. As Truth Nunez, outside of channeling, the spirits don't give a shit, really. I mean, they do. They love me. But the spirits, it's not about me, my lovies. For some of you, Daya, that vegan, someone can claim to be vegan or something. I don't know, my lovies. Being cautious with certain people for some, because that spreading STDs unintentionally, for me, I would not want to see it. But it exists. So I have to call it. Especially if Spirit's saying you fucking call it. So call it what it is, my lovies. I get it. Sometimes we get in our ego. Sometimes we want to see things, with rosy tinted glasses. But for some of you, someone's slow as molasses. That someone loves to use that word. Someone lies a lot too. For some of you, this could be an older female involved in a situation who's not really clean. She's really, really mean, and she lies a lot. For some of you, just being cautious with your sexuality, my lovies. Everything is coming in for a reason. They feel put on the spot, but it's not about being put on the spot. For some of you, these could be people in the military, people in a uniform. For some of you, I was getting something about a medical facility. So take what resonates or leave what doesn't. For some of you, these could be people that work in scrubs, work in some type of uniform. These could be frontline workers for some. King of Diamonds, for some of you, these could be people at a distance from you, or people traveling at a distance, or people that need to come from a distance. For some of you, these could be people that have foreign origins than you. The King of Diamonds also represents someone that has foreign origins than you, meaning you're Chinese, they're Japanese, you're black, they're white. Take it how it resonates. But for some of you, you have people that are either traveling at a distance or have foreign origins than you, or work in some type of, for some of you, I'm getting strong medical facility for some, but take what resonates and leave what doesn't. For some of you, you may have visitors coming from a distance. They don't necessarily have your best interest in mind. For some of you, but you have joy no matter what, and your joy bothers them for some reason. It's like, for some of you, somebody wants to put it in your butt. That's what's coming in. I'm just a messenger. Like, no, thank you. I don't want to. That's what's coming in. The responding party is like, I don't want to. That's what's coming in. On a soul level, that's how you know it's true. On a soul level. They're like, I don't want to. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Alexis is involved in a situation. Fernanda is involved in a situation. Laura is involved also for some. Carlo or Carlisle or Carly. Someone has a Harley, something about a Harley. I am seeing a tarot reader. For some of you, you could read tarot. You, my lovies, this is you. Queen of Clubs, it is you as the female querent or your partner. What do we have behind you, my lovies? Ooh, we got your brother. This energy's been very present for some of you. You and your brother are really getting along, or you and a well-meaning man for some are really getting along. He has your back. It's so cute. From an attack, he saves you from an attack. There's news face-to-face from people that don't have your best interest in mind. Jesus. At a distance, they insist. For some of you, you have somebody that backs you. For some of you, as a female, you have a well-meaning man. He wants to give you really good news, and he backs you. For some of you, there could be a group of men who don't have your best interest in mind. For some of you, your brother is really protective of you and doesn't want you dating just anyone. That's so sweet, my lovies. That's so cute, my lovies. This could be this is you, my lovies. For some of you, this is you and your brother, or a well-meaning man, and he just doesn't want you to talk to these people. For some of you, this is what's coming in. For some of you, there's a brother that like, it's like there's a block here because he knows that these people just want to have sex with you, or they just want to come up off of you. For some of you could be very well established, and your brother has your back for some, or a brother or a well-meaning friend. For some of you, you have a twin. They have your back. They're like, nah, like, she's good, because he knows. For some of you, someone's from the hood. This from the hood energy be present for some. Like, he knows the deal. He knows the drill. He knows these people, they want you to foot the bill for someone really loves that foot the bill energy, my lovies. They really want you to, like, I don't know, for some of you, these could be people you know, like, but they want to say, like, yo, let me holla at her. Like, this is how it's coming in. Like, that's how they talk. They live a liver, something about a liver for some. I'm seeing, like, liver, like chicken liver, or I'm seeing, like, cow liver. For some of you, you could be going out with a bunch of friends and your brother, or your brother's friends, or for some reason, that wedding energy's been present, or you're going to a family celebration, or there's going to be a group with you for some, and, like, your brother is going to say, no, they're hoes. And because he wants to protect you. I think that's very honorable. I think that's beautiful, my lovies. I'm totally with it. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. I don't think you're even worried about it, to be quite frank. I think it's like you're just going to listen to your brother because you know he has your best interests in mind. That's sweet, my lovies. I love it. This is so sweet. It's so sweet. Your brother is sexy, my lovies. I love it. For some of you, have a really sweet, attractive brother. For some of you, it could be a bunch of brothers. It's just like, it makes my mouth water. Jesus. Because, okay, for some of you, you're worried. 8 of Spades energy. You're stressed. You're worried. You're blessed, my lovies. No worries. 8 of Spades, you're worried. I did feel the worry in the beginning, my lovies. What are you worried about? 2151. Don't be worried, my lovies. 8 of Spades, stress, worry, physical or psychological states of disease, being out of ease. For some of you, you could be feeling sick. You could be feeling a little under the weather. It's funny, under the weather. I prayed, my lovies, because in San Diego, it's been raining a lot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we have this event and I really want this event to go well. And I prayed that the rain would go away. I love rain, by the way. But I'm like, okay, my lovies, like, you know, a lot of people, they don't want to get wet, you know? So, and it's such a beautiful day. It's so sunny for whoever's in Southern California. Come visit your sister friend, my lovies. Check out our Instagram for more information. And for some of you, there's a resignation. You could be worried about a resignation for some. Everything is coming in for a reason. 8 of Spades energy, physical, psychological states of disease. You can also be worried about someone else who's sick for some. I am getting that. This could be an older female for some. You're worried about money. You're worried about a significant amount of money. This energy has been present for some. You're worried about a significant amount of money. For some of you, you're worried about Monica or Moni. 10 of Hearts energy. This energy has also been present. For some of you, you're worried about alimony. 10 of Hearts energy. Some type of project that you're working on that's going to bring you money. For some of you, you have money coming in from a project. For some of you, there's a gentleman, a well-meaning man involved in a situation. For some of you, a lender is involved in a situation, but he's a pretender. For some of you, could be having issues with a lender. For some of you, you're having issues with lending tree. Because there are delays in this money. Spirit did tell us from the beginning, 9 of Diamonds energy is going to be present. For some of you, there are delays in this money, but the money's going to come in. Your money could be looking a little funny for some. You have a mama here for some, Queen of Spades energy. This is your mama or an older female or an ancestor protecting you. But for some of you, I was feeling you're also worried about an older female who is sick. A grandmama for some. This sweetie, something about Seenie, something about a Sealy, something about a pianist. Someone has a piano. You're worried about an older female for some who's not doing well psychologically. For some of you, someone can be having, or an older female could kind of be like in and out of consciousness, and you're worried about that. You're worried about them. You love this person for some. For some of you, an ancestor is protecting you. For some of you, this person, I have to say what I have to say because the energy is coming in. So for some of you, you know that there's an older female that is more on that side than on this side. I have to say it because I'm also feeling that Ace of Spades, Nine of Spades energy. This person is closer to the end of her life. She lived a good life, you know, my lovies. Like, don't be too worried. You know, just spend as much time as you can with this person. Give them as much love as you can. And then, you know, pack the van. For some of you, have to pack the van. Someone has to move. Or you don't want to put this person in some type of home. For some of you, there's a homeless shelter. Nine of Spades, there's block when it comes to money and delays with family. Ace of Hearts energy, a family, the couple, the home. For some of you, boom. You got some Tums for some. For some of you, you could be experiencing a lot of stomach pains and issues because of anger, because of frustration, because of stress. For some, just try to calm yourself, my lovies. You have Eight of Hearts, a surprise. For some of you, could be going on a date with someone new or someone that you've been dating. Ooh, for some of you, a surprise when it comes to you as the male querent or your significant other. For some of you, there's a surprise when it comes to a man. For some of you, if you're deciding between two people, you're going to block one out to date somebody else, and you're going to move in with this person. You have really good news coming to your home for some from a well-meaning man. For some of you, if you're waiting on some type of test results, you have really good news to come in. For some of you, you have news from your father. For some of you, you have someone who loves you. For some of you, what is this? I see why you're stressed. For some, somebody is making, or they're about to, they're faking. This is why this conversation came in earlier. For some, you know, it is what it is. Right, Liz? Right. The name Elizabeth could be significant for some. For some, someone's making a head over heart decision. That Desmond energy has been very present. My boobs hurt again, my lovies. What's going on with the boobs, my lovies? Someone's making a head over heart decision, and I don't recommend it, my lovies, but you could do whatever you want to do. For some of you, you're dating two people, and one you're with for money, and the other one, actually, they may not have as much money, they may not be as established, but you would sacrifice this love to be with somebody for money. It will seal your fate, and you will be miserable. I'm just the messenger. That's how it works. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. I'm just the messenger, my lovies. For some, there's a head over heart decision here. And because someone lives in their fear, I would rather be broke and happy and enjoy and in love and at peace with someone who genuinely, truly cares. Because from there, if we ever wanted to manifest money, we could. But at least we have true love. It can't be bought. It can't be taught either. Someone's trying to teach someone. They think they can teach someone how to love them. For some, there's some type of contract you want to sign when it comes to a home situation. There's a paperwork when it comes to home. For some of you, there's a little bit of spending. For some of you, can be doing like shopping, like grocery shopping, or not grocery. I'm getting more like cleaning supplies. You have to buy cleaning supplies for a house for some. You have 3 8s here. If there is an older female that you're worried about, especially if it's your mama for some, because someone's like, their life traumas are kind of now really like aggravating them towards the end of their life. Don't worry too much. I wouldn't worry too much. I would just like take care of yourself. You have 3 8s, and 3 8s advise you to take care of yourself, especially if you're an older female, especially if you're Susan for some, if you're Kathy for others, or Catherine, Spirit, and Morgan for some. Spirit is advising you to really not worry about a legal document or a legal procedure, and just really like try to do the things that make you feel good, especially over this next week, because there are delays in this money anyway. For some of you, I would never, for me, I don't recommend it, but it's up to you what you want to do. You have ancestors protecting you, my lovies. Something about Theodore is coming in. Something about Joey or Joseph. Cousin Joey or cousin Joseph is in your field for some. I would just not worry too much. I really wouldn't. This makes me sad. This makes me sad. He's gonna be the dad. He's gonna be a dad, or he's gonna be the dad. This makes me sad. Someone's gonna give up the love of their life for money. Boom. And he's saying he will never love you like I do. And it's true. He will never, this man with a lot of money, he will never, ever, 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 ever love you like this person does. He will never. That's the way that. He will never love you like he does, my lovies. He's not just saying it. It's actually real. There's this saying, that I can't stand in Spanish, but people say it. This is gonna break his heart. El amor y el interés se fueron a caminar un día. Y el interés pudo más. Like, it's almost like love and interest went for a walk one day. And I guess the story is kind of like interest defeated love type of energy. But someone doesn't care. Someone's saying, I don't care. In their soul, they're too cold. They're a cold-hearted snake. They're a fake. They want the luxuries. They want to have the dream life, not knowing that they're sacrificing the dream life. That's some shit. For some of you, do have somebody that is gonna end up. For some of you, you have an F buddy that's gonna end up falling in love with. Again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're getting a few different energies. For some, you do have a liar who has secret hidden feelings for you. We do see that. We did see that in the Lucy. This person is going to, this person over the next week or so that you're riding for some, and maybe even a little bit further out, this person has been messing around with a blonde female that he really likes, but this person is almost like going to leave him behind at some point, and this person is going to have a great emotional fall. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Something about RuPaul. Something about Paulio. Something about Paulio. Something about the Potomac. Something about Washington. Let's cover this Eight of Spades. Worried about paperwork, worried about money for some, worried about a pregnancy or a new beginning or a reconciliation. For some of you, there's an older female who's worried about some type of money. For some of you, there's a medical visit and a death. I told you I felt the death. But not right away. It's not coming up like right this week, but it is something that's in the field. I was waiting for it. For some, somebody's going to die in a hospital. Or in an someone's an organ donor for some, and something about Oregon wants to come in. For some of you, there's this older female that's being taken care of by your sister, or will be taken care of by your sister. She's going to, this person, for some of you, someone's really sick. The 8 of Spades over the 9 of Spades. Spirit said put them all together. For some of you, the King of Spades with the 8 of Spades is a hospitalization. Again, the way I'm getting it, I'm just getting, you have the Ace of Spades, the 9 of Spades. So someone's going to die in a hospital. And this is an older female. Your sister will be there. Well-meaning people will be there. A well-meaning sister. For some of you, her sister, something about her sister. Something about Hershey Park. Something about Hershey. Something about Hershey, Pennsylvania. But you have your sister or her sister or sisters or well-meaning females are going to be around this person when they pass in a hospital. But the projects is like it's like you have to kind of like arrange things. There's a lot of stress here for some when it comes to this. It's the greatest fear at this particular time, but there's no rhyme or reason to have fear over this death, my lovies. There is going to be an ending. For some of you, you can also support someone during a divorce. For some, there's a divorce in the field. The Ace of Spades with the 9 of Spades, it's a death, but it's also a separation, a divorce. For some of you, you're divorced. Your divorced sister can support your mister. I don't know why. Something about a mystery game. I don't know. Who's to blame? You know what I'm getting? It's like those mystery games where 3551, you have to figure out who the murderer was and all this other stuff. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Anyways, for some of you, someone could be a caretaker. The caretaker is a faker, but at least they can take care of this older female in her final moments for some. And there's going to be some type of money after this for some. For some of you, someone is going to pay alimony. Someone needs to pay alimony. And you're going to get really good news. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? Don't it always seem to go, and anger, 7 of Diamonds, that you don't know what you've got till it's gone. Gemini, the choice, the lovers, the paths. They've come many paths, but you must choose one. And if you look closely, you'll see what you've become. Queen of Hearts, a sister, a friend, a daughter, and your significant other. There's something there with the sister and your significant other or your ex for some. There's something there. Anger with everything came in earlier for a reason. We're not going to go too crazy with this right now because we have to go. But you got good news coming in for some. Anyways. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? I think we're good, my lovies. We got to go. And you got to go too. You got to process certain things. 3737 was on the clock. You were sent from heaven, my lovies. For some, una viuda, this older female, definitely. For some of you, an older female. For some of you, a widow. For some of you, you as an older female. For some of you, una mujer malvada. For some of you, an evil female involved in a situation. And anger or distancing oneself or a lot of talking with an older female who doesn't have your best interest in mind. But this is a friend for some. You have to travel for some. You have to be virtuous in a situation for some when it comes to money, a property, la casa. For some of you, could be visiting someone at their house with their spouse. There's going to be a genie involved in a situation. All right, my lovies, boom. Stay well, my lovies, stay well. That was intense. I want to go and clean myself before going to do what I have to do today. But stay well, my lovies. I love you, my lovies. Stay well. Until very, very soon. Your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you and adore you. Your spirit friends love you and adore you. Love you and adore you. Your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you and adores you. Your spirit friends and your sister friend and your spirit friends and your sister friend. And love always, and love always, and love always and forever.